and Mr. James Sangma, the Honorable Minister, for all their initiative that they've taken, the pains that they've taken to finally see that this Ganol power project see the light of day. When the government took over in 2018, this project was almost abandoned. But it is because of the then Power Minister, Sri James Sangma, who had initiated this project and convinced the cabinet to approve the continuation and the completion of this project. So I would like to thank Mr. James Sangma, and also I would like to thank our Deputy Chief Minister, because of under his leadership, this project was finally completed, and we are able to take pride in this project, particularly for the people of Garo Hills, that Garo Hills is finally in the power map of this country. So I once again thank, and above all, I would like to thank our Chief Minister for his dynamic leadership and the extra attention that is given to see that this power project is completed within this term. I could understand the financial decisions that they had to make, because this is not just a small project. This project has cost us more than 500 crores, and I think that this is the highest, cost, in terms of cost, this is the highest, biggest project in entire Garo Hills. And I am very proud to say that this project was finally commissioned during my time as a local MLA. I want to thank each and every people who have been involved in this, particularly the Patel Constructions, Patel Engineering Constructions, and their partners, and especially also the Managing Director and all the officers and engineers who have been involved in making this engineering marvel historic. Sal ni agano ba mamang wala ni dongja anseng achik asongo Garo Hills yan skang ba nakaba hydro power project ko anseng dalo nama nenga je mangan anggota 60s rango sotok rango achik ba mandyong gensem powerhouse storage kare skango hawa kana o diesel chi chalai ko ba power station thule ka ukon chele powerhouse station cheli ni baya dalo sa powerhouse mai nakabonga aga bulsi sotok di zaman dalo niphainga uni man ya nakaba nakani ko nakna manani ra namen angna de khatsani kusi wani khasrokani wa anga bebera ansung sakantinan ya nakaba power project ko aching Garo Hills so manani ra namen ansung na rasong sabeni wa aro ansung yana ansung sorkari ko ansung chief minister ko ansung deputy chief minister aro Anchini Power Minister Gacham, James K. Sama, Wamang Kwanching, Matel na Krasu Mata, Wamang ni Rakpi, Kamka Ichisa, Talu Ya Kwanching, Yani Bimang, Lani Kwanching, Namatninga.
Emotional day for me in particular, because this is something which I would define as a labor of love, because this project which had been lying abandoned, as mentioned by Mr. Thomas K. Sangma, was a project when we took over the government in the year 2018. There was this very big question mark on what do we do about the Ganol small hydro project, and it was a very difficult decision for us, because at that moment a lot of money had already been spent for this project, and the question before us was whether we abandon this project and scrap it as an unviable project, or we infuse more capital into this project and take it forward to reach its logical conclusion. Of course, as a power department, in consultation with the NECL, the way ahead for us was, of course, very challenging, but we were all unanimous in our decision that we must not abandon this project and we must take it forward. But the big question was, how do we manage the finances for it? And for this, we are indeed extremely grateful to our Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Conrad K. Sangma, because the support in terms of encouraging each and every one of us to go ahead despite all the challenges is something that I must place on record my deepest and sincerest thanks to our Honorable Chief Minister for giving us that kind of moral and financial support for this project. Today, it's a red letter day, no doubt. It is such a momentous day for us as citizens of Garo Hills, as people of a state which is progressing in at such a fast pace. And today, the inauguration, the commissioning of one unit of this project is something that, as was mentioned by Mr. Thomas Sangma, that it has put us on the map, the power generating map of India. It's a proud moment for each and every one of us. Undoubtedly, a very, very proud moment. And ya salan sa sakantinan, Garo Hills songnong pa plak manderang na main kachabiani, arurasong chani salong biya dal, may na da shubini akana kata ya project daalo abachingani chi, anching dao India ni power generating map po dal anching ni Garo Hills ni ya Ganol Chirang ni Bimangchi ya project ko ba dao manderang masipaguno kalo mangguno. Iningman yan sa sakantinan na main kacha yan ni salonga aro nga platnas ka nga dokubay sol ko anching na yan ang big pa power project ko patiani na angas kang pam telang kusyo nga. Dengtang matsa nga anching ni Honorable Chief Minister anching ni Jatni Phagapa Pa Conrad K. Sangma ko ban giskatong siya nga matelas ka may na yak project daalo susuk jawachim di ba anching Chief Minister je chochiba anching ya ko dakna langgen ya ko anching macho tatna langgen nemna bini support onani gemansa daalo ya plako anching susukatna matlaha hadal gani chichet NPP ni sorkari skangpa no sorkari ko jakko aimna kama abachina ha uno power department ni kita chinga anching khasara Chief Minister nari ange chinga ya project ko mai ko dakpo ya ko chinga daknares ka gisko de andi ba thangka paisa ni kita chade bul chungjawa maina yani estimated cost ya de badi ma na ha thangka aro nang da pinga ningmen ya ko de mai ko dakpo ni chinga aha chingi Chief Minister chi wa sumayo chingi Chief Minister mamang ko ba no mutang agan gija bia no anchingna ya Ganol project na bia no tharaken ya pata thangka nanggen na song ya kampo kaibo ne bia chukamak support ko na ha pengra ningman manderang iko viable unja yade chuli jawa yade project ni cost nan batang aha badiang aha nemna lungen wa sumayo criticize ka achim diba anching Honorable Chief Minister ni support kumana ni chim ya project ko namme machutasan unjan diba viable nemna ya project ko dalu machutatna matnaha iningman dalu anching Chief Minister ko patella kha chongmota maina dalu ya project mana ni chi anching sakantina rasong chaniyonga aro ya plak na anching Chief Minister ko patella kha chongmota iningman anga
today is a very, very special day as far as Garo Hills is concerned, and also as far as power sector is concerned in Garo Hills. This is the first ever project that the state government established here in the Garo region. This is the only beginning of the project. Let me just tell you, we will also have more projects, small hydro projects, which is under the pipeline. We wanted to again have one more Ganol stage 2, and number 2 is Sidiguri SHP, and the third one is Rongdi SHP. And if we combine with this proposed new projects, I am very sure Garo Hills region will be able to enjoy the power supply equally as done in East Khas Hills or in Shillong. The moment I took over power department from James, there were so many criticisms, and it happens almost every day. And not only that, sometimes I could not sleep. Midnight people keep calling and threatening also why there is no power supply. And power is such a very important and essential item to each and every one of us, be it rural or be it urban. Well, we face so many challenges, especially during rainy season. Recently, we had gone through the challenges where all you know, some villages, they were not able to get power for 1 month, 2 weeks, 5 weeks. I would like to apologize for that, because blaming is so easy to everybody, but the reality is so difficult. Why I'm saying that? Construction of this small project, Ganol project, it took us not less than 8 years to complete. 8 years to complete. Because the construction started in the year 2014, and we are able to inaugurate the unit, 1 unit out of 3 today. Friends, the moment we took over the government in 2018, as rightly mentioned by the Honorable Minister Health, so many challenges we face. And at one point of time, we discussed in Chief Minister's room of closing down, pre-closing down, or abandoning the very project that we are all here to do. Why? Some of us says, why should we spend more? Because the calculation that time was very, very expensive. But in spite of that, with that challenges we have, state government under the leadership of Shri Conrad Sangma has taken a very, very bold decision. And that decision is, we should go ahead with this project. Especially this project is the only project that has happened in Garo Hills region. So we are here today because of that. And recently, I seen in the newspaper, other leaders, and especially political leaders, they keep criticizing us. And they keep questioning us why revision of this project happened. They keep talking everywhere. But let me just tell you, we have to take this decision not because of anybody, but for the interest of the Ganol region and the state as a whole. At one point of time, some political leaders, they said, this government led by NPP is the most corrupted government. But let me prove you this afternoon that whatever allegation made is totally wrong. It is totally wrong. Conrad Sangma, Preston Tensong, James Sangma, we are not a technical expert. The technical team, the technical expert, they prepare the estimate according to the guiding books, according to the technical books, and ultimately blaming us. I think that is totally wrong. Whatever, being a politician, we need to bear this. Let me just tell you, we need to bear this, and we keep smiling. As far as the blessing goes down to the citizens of the state, we are here to serve you, and we are going to continue doing that. So we welcome the critics, the criticism, and these days we are busy, we are going again for inauguration, for laying of foundation stones throughout the state. Throughout the state, I'm telling you. Not only in power sector, but in every sector. Again, people said, political leaders again said, this government is busy in laying foundation stone because it is the election year. They mentioned that. But let me tell you, whatever inauguration and whatever foundation stone laid, it is going to happen soon. Not for the sake of laying and not for the sake of inaugurating, but we'll make sure whatever celebration, whatever foundation and inauguration should be for the interest of the state. So I'm so happy to be part of this function this afternoon, and let this moment goes down to the history of the state. And as I've already mentioned, here is only a humble beginning, and more will happen in the years and in the months to come. Thank you so much.
Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Conrad K. Sangma, to kindly say a few words.
The guest of honor for today's program, the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister in charge of Power, Preston Chinsong, our Honorable Minister in charge Health and other departments, Shri James K. Sangma, our Honorable MLAs who are present on the dais, especially the local MLA, all the respected MDCs present here in this program, all the officials from different departments and the district administration and from MECL, especially our CMD, Shri Sanjay Goyal ji, all the contractors and engineers who have made this project a possibility, our Reverend M.C.H. Momin, who had led us in opening prayer to bless this very, very important project that we have inaugurated today. All the dignitaries who are present on the dais, and all my dear friends who have come from different parts of the state and different parts of Garo Hills to witness this historic moment in the history of the power sector of our state, in the history of the state in itself, and in the history especially of the region of Garo Hills, where we are commissioning this very, very important project. At the very outset, I would like to thank God's blessings. It is because of His plans that we are all gathered here today. In spite of all the challenges that this project has faced, in spite of all the challenges that we faced as a government, we overcame them, and we are here today to commission this particular project and the plans from above. I thank our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, under whose leadership and guidance we were able to complete the project within this term of these 5 years of this MDA-NPP-led government. Many people thought that this day would never come. Many people thought that even if it were to come, it may be many, many years later. But it is because of the sheer determination that was shown by our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and the entire Power Department and MECL that we were able to complete this project on time. My special mention and thanks goes to Shri James K. Sangma, under whose leadership this project actually took a start. Friends, we would not be sitting here if it was not for Mr. James K. Sangma. I remember very clearly that day when he came with the entire team of MECL to my room in the Secretariat to discuss about the Ganol project, which was abandoned. Work was almost negligible. No funds were flowing. A lot of money had been spent. Do we want to leave it as it is, or do we want to move forward? And the presentation that they gave me and the determination that I saw in the officials' eyes and their voice, and the kind of determination that I saw in the Honorable Minister, Mr. James's eyes and his voice, I was convinced that no matter what the challenges are, we will complete this project. we will go ahead with this project. It is not just about this project. There was also a small sense of pride amongst all of us. For the MECL, it was a matter of pride that the project taken up by MECL, a very, very important and challenging project, they were determined to complete it. Mr. James Sangma felt that it's the first project in Garo Hills, and if this NPP-led government abandons this project, are we not letting our people down? For the government wanting to ensure that we are able to increase our power production so that we can meet the needs of our state and our people, we will not be doing injustice to our people by not completing this very, very important project. And that is why, on that particular day, we decided, after consulting with all our cabinet colleagues, we brought it to the cabinet, we approved a very, very tough decision. A decision, I must say, many would have not been inclined to go forward with, especially keeping in mind the financial challenges we had, keeping in mind that whether we spend another 200-300 crores for this project or we use that money to make more roads. What about the education sector? What about tourism, the health sector? So many choices in front of us. And we had to make a decision. And we did. And I'm glad that today we are all standing here with a sense of satisfaction in our hearts and in our minds that the decision we took that day was the correct decision. In the last 5 years, it has always been a matter of will. When the Crowborough Hotel was there in front of us and we saw that it's not reaching anywhere, we decided as a cabinet we will complete it, no matter what it takes. We decided, we went ahead, and we inaugurated it. The SIG pack was there in front of us, an iconic project which required the government to take tough decisions to be able to fund the additional amount which Government of India was not giving at that point in time. We decided, a tough decision, but we decided that we will not let this project also go. We will complete that project. And I'm happy to tell you that we have inaugurated SIGPAC, one of the most beautiful convention centers and performing arts center, if not in the entire country, I can very, very confidently say in the entire Northeast, it's one of the best centers that we have. Whether it's P.A. Sangma Stadium, where a lot of people thought that it will never happen. But it is because of the will and the determination that this government had that we have completed the P.A. Sangma Stadium of the football part. Whether it's the border issue, where a lot of people felt and thought that we would never even dare to venture into the border issue, that we will not touch this because it's politically a very, very sensitive issue. But we decided that God has given us this opportunity because He wants us to do something to make a difference in the people's lives. And we as a government don't want to look back after many, many years and regret that when the chance was given to us, when the opportunity was given to us, that we did not take it. Many people regret many things. But for us as a government, this NPP-led government, we know that there are challenges and there are difficulties, and many people will say many things. But for many years from now, when we look back, especially to this last 5 years, I'm sure that there will be a sense of satisfaction in the hearts of not just the people who are with this government, but even people who are against this government will look back and say, maybe what we said was wrong, and what the government did was right. I remember so many of these cabinet decisions that we took, which required us to believe in ourselves, believe in the officials, believe in our team, that we will be able to do it. And I must take this opportunity to really thank the contractors. I want to thank the MECL engineers. I want to thank the CMD present and the past. Without your hard work and commitment, this would not have been possible. I remember those days when I was not so pleasant to all of you. I might have shouted at you many times. I might have been very aggressive and used very difficult words. But I'm sure that you all will appreciate that it was for the interest of the people of the state. And maybe somewhere, because of some of the harsh words used, we were actually able to complete this project within this 5 years. So I once again congratulate the entire team of MECL, the entire team of all the contractors led by Patel Engineering, for having really faced a large number of challenges and yet having completed and commissioned the first unit, or the third unit, I'm sorry, of the powerhouse. And I'm sure that in a very short span of time, the rest of the units will also be commissioned, and this power project will be at optimum utilization. Kasara Pengram Yasa Aro Yasume Ansa Sakansinan Amin Usiowani Katsani Aro Gisikrani Salukma Yan ang sini Garo Hills ni itihaso Amen Sasan Singpa Amen Historic Sal niya kano ba Gwala ni Dungja Dalo je project ko tsaka dalo inaugurate kaingat sin Sukmutan Ganol Small Hydropower Project Yan Garo Hills so dalbat strong pa project niya kano ba gwala ni Dungja 500 crores ni investment to the aloya project kuch ka commission ka ina. Alo dasho achni former power minister achni health minister local MLA na simangna aga ni achni. Alo achni Meghalaya ni alo India kabak ni power generation ni map po alo Ganol project ni bimang ba alo tumaha. Garo Hills ni bimang tumaha. मैंने ये नस्का अच्छी गारो हिल्स हो पावर प्रोडक्शन दूँचाचन अच्छी जेंटी हिल्स नि लेश्का पावर प्रोजेक्ट डिपेंड का अच्छन खासी हिल्स पर रिवर डिस्ट्रिक्ट नि उमियाम प्रोजेक्ट हो अच्छी डिपेंड का अच्छन दे बदालो नकपा इसोली का साची अच्छी दालो या साल और सुमे को अच्छी मितना मत निगा Baka mandirangan ya project ko at si mamang salobat susukat na Jawa ani chansiyachi Garo Hills nakpa project ko mamang saloba ditna Jawa ani mandirang chansiyachi and then alo ya government ya NPP led government ni kam ka achi ya dal big pa project ko dalo at susukat na Jawa Yan ang atang taman sa ano ko pa isol ko ang matela. O kapaisol Garo Hills ni Mandirang na Anjini Meghalaya State na Hatsa Aryanya Sel Itaalo ba aning nakari ko sa agro ba yan ang main gamsa big pa project isa ko Anjun Garo Hills Meghalaya State anjun dalo susukat na matso Ya sumeli bako nga duntang mansa chingi Health Minister Mr. James ke sangma ko ang matila 2018 biang ni rumunari batsin Mini Power Minister matungo ya Ganol project ko singa mai takken ansin dita crore ansin koros ka jo Neba yako machoda tatna ide ansin yana additional 100 200 300 crores ko nang dapken yako ramram da ansin machotna matjawa ani James Sangma was somayo ang na officer ang na department na biya haraka andi ba ya project additional cost over ya project ansin na Garo Hills na main gamsata ni biya ka Power Department na main gamsata. Aro Meghalaya State ni power production na main gamsata. Uni ka man. Ya project ko ansin aktif ansin complete ka na nga. Ani biya krenge aga na. Aro bini krenge kam ka anya sel. Ya project alo susok na matjo. Ansin Deputy Chief Minister ko ang matilas ka. Kaya bini continuous support ka niya sel. Bini continuous monitor ka niya sel. Dalo ya project susok na matjo. Chairman, contractor ang namin rakib siyong kam kaahat. Wali ka man sa kansikon. Dalo ya chol lang ko rae. Ang sini Deputy Chief Minister, ang sini former Power Minister aro current Health Minister, ang sini Chairman MECL, lak contractor aro officer ang kuha nga tang matsa. Isong ni rakbe kam ka anina. Ang Garo Hills ni public ni palo, aro Meghalaya State ni public ni palo. Ang bisong ko gisaka dung bagchin, ang matilas ka. Perang dalo ya project ko machota ni chi. Actually plug power problem lang solve kay umaigin ani opja. Meghalaya State ni dalo power production 380 megawatts. Ritsaratam so chet bunga megawatts ng konsin dalo produce tayo. Aro yano produce kagapa kolder kani 0.5 22.5 megawatt additional opkin. Kung ka man 10% pataba ang additional power ko at matapkin. Di ba ang Garo Hills ni aro state ni requirements lang yan na bata. Kung ka man ang aro ba project lang ko at hari na nanggin, gaba project lang ko ba, gaba project lang ko ba sa magkamsi man sa kam ka na nanggin. Di ba? Taalo ya project ko commission ka at si kragatan. Ang sini Garo Hills region na ang sini power supply na ko magin sulung sa naman nga hindi ba kragatan ang sini power supply na ko magin kaniga pa ang sinasakran sinan rasong sa niyo kamay na for the first time Garo Hills ang sini power ko ang sini bijuli ko ang sini current ko ang sini dalo Garo Hills ni ko ang sini bukot na matinga ya ram kataw siya Ini menjabat sina namen kamsat big pa aro namen at sina rasong chani upa. Ya ko akanon ya power project ko na may successfully implement kaan baksa. Ya ko chalay na aro ran kakna. Atun chunga kata sirang ko nanggin. Minimum water contamination ko nanggin. Tentang at sini upstream mo cabul gagaparangko, tentang bostu gagaparangko anjing yarangko nirok na nanggen, semsak na nanggen. Okjau di ya project di long term viable okjawaro, viable means iko maintain kana makjawa aro nosto ani chance parige. Uni kaman anjing sakantian public okjamaina, engineer okjamaina, political leader okjamaina, mondoli ko gagaparang okjamaina. Anjing sakantian ya isu ko aru ya power project ko jera ko dan senam me ya ko maintain kana matgen anjing sakantian contribution ko una nanginga aru ya chol ko aya nga anjing local MLA ko banga mula skinga matad pe dan sini local area ni ya stream gembako Ganol stream gembako mat gepa sini ya tentang akun lokparang ko kami tentang locality ni mantra ko kami jera ko dan sini stream ko nambe maintain kana matgen yaran ni gaban ba anjing discussion ko ata nga aro mandera maksa anjing bukong tanda nga ini nga anjing local MLA ko bangay so many pa ko muna skinga ya Ganol power project baksa Riang pa jagni ni gisepo anjing ni deputy chief minister aro anjing ni chairman MECL ni rakbe kam ka achi Rchagatam sotri ketal transformer ang kutsga Meghalaya state ni dentang getimrang natsga replace kai unaha baka getimrang transformer ang kam tspe dongatsin kam ka jengatsin aro replace ka na nangingatsin yerangko yari angpa October November aro December jani gisepo Garo Hilso ge rchagani sni getal transformer ko tikchok aro Khasi Hills Jente Hills region o rchasa kulra getam transformer ko dalo chinga replace kai utaha aro yachi ba mandiram dalo namguni ko matenga aro electricity aro current ni subida ko dalo matningcho ajni power sector ko ya Ganol power project ko commission kan baksa Ajna Garo Hills ka bat kepa problem transmission ni problem pa. Uni kaman Garo Hills ni power supply ko aro power department ni overall functioning ko nam me stabilize kana nam pa power supply ko na di ajin ring network ba redundant transmission line ko ajin nanginga. Bangbata ajin Khasi Hills region especially East Khasi Hills aro Riboy area aro Jente Hills o backup line ram baka uni auto de banu ba line chotto de bakkan open line ni true power ko supply kana makaya ini ba Garo Hills ni badia bak rango je kai south Garo Hills so bongsong batte achu line ki sasa ko line ki south ani atsel banu ba mai ba bostop mo de line ram chotto de wa line ko repair ka adjust kal de current rangko cha utama jaina Unikaman backup line ba redundant line ba ring network ni agana technical termo ya ring network ko by chance normal line chota ko de aching ampati ni true dalu ni true sing line ko bakmarana utama ananga backup line ko namge aching ya maulai tu nong stroi tu normal line by chance snap ko de aching ya no ni agya side ni aching current ko supply ka naman ananga uni kaman yan rakpa system ko thari na din transmission line ako nakin uni kaman makamchi ya plug ko batat na aro ya problem na ko resolve ka na chinga raken chinga kam ka enga aro ya redundant line na ko ba ring network na ko transmission line na ko chinga hikna ba chinga dalo choton ka ina unbaksa MECL ni manpower o paani ni kanirang dupa engineer ang sungsa. Kuni kaman semang sakansin iya atau ya bakgeja sal sumerang ni kisepon. So daot nga ya engineer ang ni tentang requirements lang dalo MECL do ha. Ya requirements lang ko manpower ni requirements lang ko susukat na Dalo chka inchibura ko katinga aro regular basis ochna engineer ang kuchna recruit ka gen aro dengtang manpower ko bachka variat kin unigaman ya dapat dengtang power department to reform rang doa aro ya rang ko bachka ka sensen makamchi cha kamrang ko ka angin kalau MECL ni nengari rang bakna MECL ni financial problem rang bakna MECL ni liabilities rang belongin hayo ka di ba ya rang ko ka sensen kam ka saya yang aku tapat na area problem aku solve kada cina tak lo contoh ka ingat. So dear friends, without taking more time, I know that all of us have been here for a very long time. I once again take this opportunity to thank all of you for coming here to this very important program and a very historic program, which I'm sure will be something that the people of this region, especially for Garo Hills and especially for MECL and the power department, this will be a day to remember. Once again, I congratulate our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, our Honorable Minister, who was former Power Minister, our Honorable Chairman and all the officials and the contractors for the completion and the commissioning of the third unit. I hope that the second and the first unit also will be commissioned shortly so that this particular project will be at 100% production very soon. I understand that since the rains are not there right now, we will not see a full production of the power, but when the next season comes, I hope that we are ready with all the 3 units so that full power can be supplied to this region and to the entire state from Ganol Hydro power project. So with these few words, I once again thank all of you. I wish the MECL the very best. I wish this project the very best. May God bless our MECL department, and may God bless this Ganol small hydropower project and all the other hydropower projects that are functioning in the state today. And may God bless each and every one of us, and may God bless our beautiful state of Meghalaya. Kublai Shibun, Mathila, and Jai Hind.